All dudes and dudettes, this is Pip Surfer with another daily update for the Cowabunga system. Today is November 3rd, 2008, and I hope you all had a great weekend. My last post was on Thursday, and we had plenty of comments and questions, and I want to address those first. So I'm just going to go ahead and go to my blog page real quick. And I appreciate all the input that you guys give me. I'm always happy to answer them as best as I can. And the first one is from Fed, and he basically wants to know what's the name of the indicator that I'm using. I'm not actually using an indicator. These colored candles indicate a crossover either to the short side or the long side. It's basically a feature on my charting program, which is XTick, that allows you to do this when certain criteria is met. So it's not exactly an indicator, it's just a feature that I have on my charting program. The question from Mac is basically whether with the signal that I had, everything lined up, but stochastics was heading in overbought territory, and he wants to know basically if I can take that trade still. The answer is yes, you can still take it, even though one of the lines or both the lines might be in overbought territory, or if it's a short trade in oversold territory. I haven't found that it's really made a difference on anything, so the answer is no, you don't have to. Even if it's in one of those extreme areas, you can still take the signal. So, but good notice there and good question. D-Train wants to know about the reward to risk ratio, why I can potentially lose 200 pips with only a 26 pip profit target. The answer is in the win percentage. If you have a high win percentage, at least over 50%, then it's okay to have reward to risk ratios that are below 1. So this means that even though I'm risking 200 pips to only go for 26 pips, I can take this trade because I know that in the long run my system wins over 50% of the time. And that's the reason why I can do that. Now, if your trade doesn't win at least 50% of the time, then you do have to make sure that each of your trades are at least a 1-to-1 reward to risk ratio. So remember, the higher the reward to risk ratio is, the less times your trades have to win. However, on the other hand, the more times your trades win, then the less and less that your reward to risk ratio has to be. Now, of course, it always helps if it's above 1, but it doesn't necessarily have to be in this case. So DDH wants to know how to determine a trend change candle. If you scroll up to any one of the blog posts, you can click this, read this first link, and it explains everything you need to know about the Cowabunga system, and hopefully that will get you started. Jory wants to know about the track record of 2008. I have not updated the track record for 2008, and the reason why is answered here in this Cowabunga system FAQ. Click this link, and I had the answers to a bunch of frequently asked questions, which that was one of them, but good question. Warris wants to know about whether I take profit orders on my targets or if I'd manually exit the trades. That's a very good question. Actually, I don't take profit orders. I do exit manually. Basically, I look at my target, and once that target is hit, then I really pay attention to it, and that's when I decide whether to manually exit or move my stop and go for more pips. So great question. And James Ford wants to know nice days for day traders, neither for swings, so it's time for me to think. What would you say about such a version of your system to trade crossovers at 4-hour charts? I don't trade this system on 4-hour charts. You can try it. I haven't actually tested it, but I don't see why it wouldn't work. You just remember though, since our stops at swing high and swing lows, you're going to be expecting some huge stop losses. So make sure that you are properly funded for those kinds of trades. But try it, test it, back test it, just look at the charts and see if it looks viable. I haven't actually tested it, so I can't give you a hard answer, but definitely a good question and reason to investigate. So try it for yourself. You might find good results. But since we're here, I want to go ahead and take a look at our news events. And basically, you can just go to Baby Pips, click this Tools tab, and up comes the news events for the day. Remember, we're looking for news for the sterling or the dollar. 4:30 we have manufacturing PMI, and at 10 we have the ISM manufacturing PMI for the US. So 4:30 and 10 a.m. Eastern time are the times to look for. Now let's go to our 4-hour chart, look for the trend. You can see something about my candles is that because of daylight savings time, my times on these candles have moved back an hour. However, the data is still the same, so even though my times are different, it still coincides with the GMT time. So I might be saying different times, but it's still the same data that I've been using in all my other posts. So let's look here now. We see that we had a crossover here from 2300 to 2 a.m. this morning. Okay, that means that from 11 o'clock p.m. to 2 a.m. The trend changed from down to up. So you could see that stochastics trending up, RSI is above 50, so that's valid. So, but it's not until 2 a.m. that we can actually start looking for long trades. So from 12 to 2, we are only looking for short trades as per this last trend change candle back here, which was a downtrend candle. Okay, now here's what happens on the next candle. You can see price moves and makes another crossover, this time to the downside. Now we got to look, this is the 3 a.m. candle. RSI is below 50, but stochastics has not changed from up to down. So that means that this is not a valid trend change candle. This means that the previous trend change candle is still valid. So this is still, we are still looking for only long trades at this point. Okay. Now what we have to do now is wait for the next candle to see if stochastics crosses down. Then we will know if our trend has actually changed again. If not, if this continues to stay up and price continues to move up, then we will have stayed in the long trend. So I know that's a lot of words that I'm using and it might seem confusing, but this is how it goes. Okay, this is from 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. At this point, I'm still only looking for long trades because this is not a valid trend change candle. Stochastics are still trending up. I have to wait and see what happens on the next candle. Next candle, we see a big drop. Stochastics crosses over. Now we have confirmed that this trend change candle was valid. Now the trend is down officially after the close of this candle. The close of this candle is at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So from all the way from 2 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time, we have only been looking for long trades. From 12 to 2, we've looked for short trades. From 2 to 11, we've looked for long trades. And now from 11 on up, we're only looking for short trades again. So a lot of stuff going on there. Now the easy part comes because today we had no trades, and I'm just going to show you why. Okay, here, this is what my chart looked like just before midnight. Remember, I'm only looking for short trades at this point. Okay, up until 2 a.m. as I'm only looking for short trades. Okay, it's 1:30, 1:45, now it's 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, I get a new trend change candle. Now the trend is up. So now I'm only looking for long trades. Okay, we see we have no long trades. Price just continues to move down. Remember, from 2 to 11, I was looking for long trades. You can see no long trades here yet. Nothing going on. Okay, now at 11 a.m., we get a new trend change candle, and it changes the trend from up back to down. And so now we're only looking for short trades. And you can see that we've had no signals there. So a lot of movement going on, but not a lot of action. So we didn't get any trades today, but we did have quite a few trend change candles. And as of now, the trend is currently down. So if we don't get any new trend change candles by tomorrow, then the trend will stay down and we will only look for short trades. So I know that's might be confusing. Again, ask questions on the blog if you're confused. I'll try to answer them as best as possible. Ask on the forums, but I hope this kind of helps you out. So even though we didn't have any trades, this is a good learning video, and just rewatch it if you have to. But I hope that helps. So I will see you all on the next update. Cowabunga, dudes.